Hi, and welcome to week 6 of 4th grade history. In this weekly, we will discuss lifestyles in Alabama in the 19th century, and we will try to focus on farmers, plantations, townspeople, and agricultural production. Life in Alabama was uncharted territory in the 19th century. It was very different than it is today. Most of the people were coming to plant farms on the open land that was very fertile. We discussed this last week with the Alabama fever, where everybody was rushing into Alabama to farm. And most of these people were called subsistence farmers or yeoman farmers. That means that basically they would just have enough for their family and they would not really be selling extra. Can you imagine what life would be like without a grocery store or clean water? Well, these settlers had to deal with that, and some of their biggest issues were clean water that they were facing. Many people, when they arrived, they built these small little frontier houses that were no bigger than a shed today, and they consisted really of one room that served as like the kitchen and the dining room, the bedroom and the living room. And guess where the bathroom was? It was an outhouse. So many of us would probably not like to have lived like that. And life on the frontier was very difficult. The families had to make everything. There wasn't really a grocery store, so you couldn't just pop around and pick up supplies. So they had to make their soaps and candles and clothes, and they would try to farm cotton, and some people would trade sew clothing from the cotton. So it was a very hard existence, and you basically had to work very hard to make a living here. Even children on the frontier had to work. They helped farm, and they really didn't even go to school, and the mother would try to teach them what they needed to know. And if you get a chance, take a look at the weekly. Here are directions for making your own soap. During the 19th century, the lifestyles in Alabama were basically agricultural. That means, again, that it was farm related. There were different crops depending where you lived. For instance, down south you had more cotton, the Tennessee Valley region. Then you had the Black Belt, which was sort of in the middle to the south of the state. This is where most of the farming occurred. This was this rich, dark soil, and it was perfect for plantation. So you had a lot of cotton and a lot of big tobacco down there. As we discussed last week, cotton really was the main product to be harvested and grown, and this was made easy through the cotton gin, which was invented by Eli Whitney. The cotton gin allowed the fiber to be turned into textile and clothing, so it was a really big staple for Alabama. And we also mentioned that agriculture was important. Some of the important vocabulary for this lesson would be agriculture, cotton, Daniel Pratt, black belt, and subsistence farming.